Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Automation Station here with the PeakBot team. I am Dylan Del Rosso, co-founder and co-host of PeakBot and this show, and Ben, co-founder and co-host. Ben, how are you, man?
Doing pretty good. Crazy trading week with FOMC, and now today's the tariff deadline, and we saw President Trump making a bunch of updates to those tariffs this morning. So the market is moving. It's moving,
Yeah,
to
you
say
can
the
say
least.
that. You can say that. Yeah, we'll get into all that and more today. So we'll take a look at the charts. We'll take a look at our open positions. We have trader trivia for an opportunity to win some free access to PeakBot's automated trading strategies. So hang tight for that. That'll come here sooner rather than later. And well, it's a new month. Happy August, everybody. Hello there, Doug, with your, not sure what kind of emoji that is. Looks almost
like a frog waving, wearing headphones. Nice.
Like a DJing frog. So new month, which means we'll recap results of all of our strategies in July. Some winners, some losers, but that's the key. Got to be diversified, trade and everything. Short-term hiccups in the market are usual. This has become a quite tricky market to be trading in. We'll get into that and everything else here. Let's get some music going. I'm going to just get a little bit of maybe feeding the ducks going on here.
Okay.
Let's see.
I can get behind feeding the ducks.
Yeah, this one's okay. All right. So first off, Ben, we've used to, for anybody who's been with us a while here on this live show, 12 o'clock meant we were entering an iron condor trade, an original PeakBot iron condor trade. Now, that strategy, isn't necessarily fun in this market. Truth be told, you won't even find that strategy on our website anymore. There are a few people trading it. We'll soon be decommissioning it, if you will. But do we have any trades coming in at 12 otherwise? I don't think so.
Between trend spread, if you're still on trend spread.
True. Same scenario as Iron Condor as to what I just kind of explained. Older strategy, still can see success with the strategy, but we're trying to, as PeakBot, move more toward our next generation strategies, which require way less time and effort out of you, the retail trader. All right. No picking off of watch lists, no deciding when or when not to trade. So, so we'll let everybody gather in here over the next few minutes. We'll talk about trader trivia. We also want to talk about some new partners. All right. Some what's hot, what's not. Okay. What bots have been working, what new releases we have. We got a great new partner in JR28 Trading. We'll take a closer look at his fully automated copy trading domain in just a little bit here. So, Ben, where do we want to get started? What do you think?
I don't know. I know people are still filing in. I can see the count going up here on X. Do we want to get into trader trivia first?
If you'd like. I think we can do that.
Let's go ahead and do that. Let me get that all set up on my screen. And then we could change the music here. Get a little more pumped up because this is the opportunity to win a free month of PeakBot. If you've ever been thinking about or wanting to try out trading bots but didn't want to put the cash investment into actually buying a trading bot, here's your opportunity to try us out for free for 1 month. That's a $99 value. All you have to do is answer this question and send your answer to this question to the email on screen on the right side here. That's experience@peakbot.com. Email us with the answer to the question. If the question is correct, we will email you back with a link to get started for free. So the question here is, which of these companies is best known for manufacturing, construction, and mining equipment and is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange? Is it A, John Deere, B, Honeywell, C, Caterpillar, or D, General Electric?
This is a funny one. Yes, this is a funny one. I have what I feel like is the right answer, but I'm very much like generalizing based on my experience with these companies' other products, consumer products.
Okay.
But that's all I'll say. I'm not going to tip anything off. I don't know the answer. I could be wrong. What do you got for
While-
Did You Know?
Yeah, while you guys are sending your answers in to potentially get that 1 free month of PeakBot, we will go over the Did You Know question, and this may or may not be related to the answer.
And you say that because you don't know either.
I don't know.
It's all behind the curtain. Okay.
I don't set this up, so I have no idea. So did you know Caterpillar's machines are so iconic that the company trademarked the color Caterpillar yellow to make its brand recognizable around construction sites across the world. Caterpillar operates in over 190 countries, and its equipment is used to build everything from highways to dams to Olympic stadiums and airports. So it is a global brand. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were so global. I didn't know that they were in 190 countries. And of course, yes, it is tradable, but is it the company that's best known for manufacturing, construction, and mining equipment? The mining equipment is what's getting me.
That's throwing me off. But honestly, I will say Caterpillar was going to be my answer.
Okay.
I also would like to think when I heard Caterpillar yellow, I don't know if you had the same experience, but I go back to the Crayola crayon boxes with the different names for the colors. And I just think mac and cheese yellow is awfully close to Caterpillar yellow if we were to look at them. But anyway, yeah. All right. So if you haven't done so yet, please email A, B, C, or D to experience@peakbot.com. If you do, you get 1 month free. This is for new subscribers only. Let's get it nice and big up on the screen. As I already said, I'm going with C, Ben. Do you have a guess, or maybe you looked?
Well, I do know.
Okay.
I do know now because I did just look before we went on. But
Okay.
the answer is Caterpillar. Ticker CAT. The U.S.-based company, famous for its big yellow construction machinery like bulldozers, excavators, and loaders. It's global, and they produce mining equipment, which again I did not know. Caterpillar stock is widely followed and often seen as a barometer for the health of global infrastructure and industrial activity.
Well, it's really interesting you say that because I was pulling up their chart here, Ben, and if we just here, I'm going to pull this up quickly.
Yeah.
So here's Caterpillar. All right. And I looked at the beta immediately, a 1.29 beta, because I was just coming off of SPX, and I can't help but think they're relatively similar. Of course,
yeah, that's close.
That's pretty close. I mean, we've been very steady since April here. I mean, geez, I know normally we do this on a Monday show, but I'm curious to see what some options contracts look like on Caterpillar. I mean, with the decrease today, maybe bounce coming back up. I don't know.
Yeah, Doug's got a good point too. If you imagine those giant hauler trucks that work at mines, what color are they? They're yellow.
It's mac and cheese yellow.
Actually, have you ever seen the size of these trucks? Like,
I've seen memes of it, like where you get a guy like standing next to the tire, and it's just engulfing him.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna pull up a picture in just a second here. This is crazy.
While you're doing that, I might go look at some cat chains. Not chains for my cat, but Caterpillar options chain.
All right, pull that up in a second. I'm gonna just show you this. Look at this thing.
That's ridiculous.
Like, who drives that? What kind of license do you need to drive that?
How much diesel fuel? How much fossil fuel is being? That's ridiculous. And you get the guy out of the car. He is not even making it up to like the first. He's not even making it up to like the hubcap. Look at that. Now, okay, now that I don't think that's a real image.
No, I think these people are photoshopped in.
But I think it's accurate for size.
Yeah.
The construction of it, like up top, looks like above the front wheel there, looks like a ship. You know what I mean? Like it looks and feels like a huge like tanker ship. By the way, I'm looking at expirations on Caterpillar for next week. I'm going to pull this back up here. So we're looking at let's look at the daily bars quickly. So it's been very bullish since April once again, and with very minimal drawdowns. It's looking like. I mean, Ben, is there a better looking? This is fun right now. Again, I know that's what the market looks like a lot too, but also, I don't know anything. We don't need to get too into Caterpillar. We're getting lost here, but $430 more expensive than I thought it would be.
You know what's more expensive than you thought it would be? The tires on these things.
Oh man, $100,000 each. That makes sense. It's a lot of rubber.
That's crazy.
All right, cool. Well, hey, I mean, truthfully, I was going to look at this and see where we're at. But anyway, we don't have to worry about it right now. Tune back in for if I took a Caterpillar trade. All right. So there you go. That was Trader Trivia. What I think we should do next is, Ben, we either go through our next gen bots and how they performed in July, and or talk about our partners who are having some success right now. What do you think is better?
Well, let's do the recap of the bots. It's the end of the month, like you mentioned before. Let's just pull up the calendars. Let's see how they did, and then maybe what we're thinking going forward.
Okay, here we go. We're going to start with, you want to make this what they call in the industry, or many industries, like poop sandwich? We had two of our 3 next gen bots technically are going to come away from July red. Okay, one of them just red. Shorbo had a good month, and King Condor did not. So let's look at each of them first. We're going to talk about King Condor first, because I think more so than any of our other strategies right now, especially listeners to this show, I would imagine more so are on King Condor than anything else, and more so might have some questions about, well, what the heck happened to months like May?
Yeah.
So let's walk through it. So here's
I'm
July.
asking that same question.
We are asking the same question. So here's July. Ben, one thing I'll note about July, normally the bot takes 10 trades a month on average, okay? Call it half the time, 10 out of 21 trading days. At least eyeballing here, I'm seeing a bit more than 10. I'm seeing 12 trades, I think, if I'm counting correctly, in July. Ben, we didn't have any trades here, 29, 30, 31, right?
No, because of FOMC.
That's right. Oops, don't want to do that. So we're gonna get
FOMC is a multi-day event, and we will sit out for a lot of that, even more of the event days. Like we sat out Wednesday going into Thursday because of the ripple effects, and then sometimes, and it was the case this time, there are some, I'll call it more impactful events that happen the day after. And then we've got the bots are going to be off today just because of the huge gap down overnight. The VIX has increased, aka volatility has increased. We don't want to get all wrapped up in that. Plus, tariff deadlines were today. Not sure if I personally even feel comfortable holding much over the weekend. I will be, because we're running a bunch of bots right now. But in terms of the condors, I think that I want to stay away from that. Yeah,
not financial advice. But you can see bot had a 41.6% win rate in July. Okay, winning 5 out of 12 total trades. Of course, only strung together a green week here at the end. Drawdown for July, nearly 10%. There was a drawdown here in this area from the 10th to the 23rd, where we were down around 1,300, maybe 13.4% drawdown. Now, for what we're used to, this hurts, right? This stings a little bit. But Ben, you and I were talking about this earlier. Generally speaking, trying to keep drawdowns around 10 to 15%, zooming out, is, well, I don't know what you want to call it, fair, reasonable, expected. I don't know if there's a perfect word coming to mind for myself right now, but look,
it's going to happen every now and then.
It's going to happen, and it does. And we see December, January. Okay, January was previously our worst month. This was when Trump took office. A change in change in administration. So, but guess what? They had 3 red months in a row here: November, December, January, February. Bang! Right, again, we've done this, and who's to say that we're coming right out of July for another green month? But all we're saying is we've seen it happen before, but past results do not indicate future results. I do want to say that we've been trading this live since March 26th. Okay. And since then, the bot is still profitable. Okay. $1,000 since we've been trading live on the strategy for the $10,000 budget that we put together. Okay. For the strategy, you're talking about a 10% return since the end of March. Hey, Ben, talk about a spin zone right there.
Yeah.
What do you got to say now? Should have been here since we launched it. Should have been trading this before we launched it. Come on, people. But in all seriousness, this was our first live trade and launch to the community. Up $1,000 since live traded. Okay. And this is another spin, but it's the truth. Cash utilized, it's a $10 spread on SPX. I don't want to say it, but some could say you could make the argument that your money has doubled since you started trading this bot in the end of March.
Well, you need 2,000 to get into consecutive positions, but
that's true. That's true. Cash utilized on an. Now I'm getting hairy. That's not fair. I shouldn't do that. All right. But again, July, not so hot. June, we made 1.4. May was a fantastic month with a 13% ROI. Okay. So, Ben, while we're on King Condor, let's talk about what's going through the brain of the PeakBot team and our developers while this is happening.
Yes. I mean, if you had a list, go through the list. I was going to give general.
I had one. I was going to hit you with A. A was, do we consider trading through, and this seems crazy, when looking at this data here, and what I'm about to say may sound crazy, but the back test data shows us better results, at least over the last few months, if the bot were to trade through some of the economic events that we scheduled it to not trade. Now, we're not talking FOMC. I don't think anybody on our team has any interest in making that adjustment. Likely going to still be off for FOMC, but other events, Ben, can you name a few off the top of your head?
Yeah, so like S&P type data, like global S&P data, we would turn off, or CPI, we would turn off for. Those were like the major events that stuck out when we went back and did our analysis of past data. Like June, for example, pull up June. Now we made $145 in June trading the King Condor. However, if we go back and we actually traded the days that we told the bot told us that it wasn't going to trade because of the economic event that was happening on a particular day, the monthly total would have actually been closer to a $600 gain.
Yep.
In June. For July, it's pretty close. There wasn't many events in July that we shut off for. Usually when the bot shuts off, it's because of the VIX gap that we're looking out for as well. So overall, we went back, we looked at the data, and it wasn't just June that we looked at. We looked at a bunch of other months of data. What if we trade this month? What if we don't trade this month? The results actually looked better on the days that we did trade through all economic events except for FOMC or when Powell is giving a speech.
Yep.
And even recently, when Powell has given a speech, it hasn't been too impactful, in my opinion. At
least for our strategy. So for our strategies. There's strategies out there where it probably is impacting. But and by the way, with that said, Ben, we don't take this data and run with it and make the immediate switch. We want to look at this for a few months. We want to see real data coming in, showing us month after month that the bot is more profitable if trading through some of these scheduled economic events. So we'll continue to keep a very close eye on that. Not the best month for King Condor, but that's why PeakBot gives you access to 6 or 7 bots at a time. Okay. So if there's any questions or comments on King Condor, get it out now. All right. We're going to move on over to Shorebo, the bot that, boy, almost made up for the losses on King Condor. Just a couple, actually, hold on. Let me pull this up here. All right. So Shorebo, for those of you who are not familiar with our Shorebo strategy, it is a 0 DTE directional spread strategy on SPX. Okay, so just to take a very quick look, this bot launched a few weeks ago. Ben, do you know off the top of your head the official launch date for Shorebo? I do not, but we'll get it.
I don't remember.
Okay. So Shorebo, very strong strategy, $10,000 preset budget. Here's the back-tested return along with live trades, average wins, average losses, drawdowns, how often it trades, etc. Okay. So let's go look at the month. July, Shorbo, which is a $5 spread, okay, on SPX based on the opening range breakout, up $712 in July. This is for 1 unit, by the way. We should have mentioned that. If you're trading 2 units on King Condor or 2 units on Shorbo, your numbers doubled here. All right. So $500 per trade. Call it and actually there's no consecutive trades being well, there's consecutive trades, but you're never in 2 at the same time, right? Because it's expiring end of day. There's no overnight exposure or anything like that. It's all 0 DTE. So you're using $500 at a time. All right. It does trade most days, although you've seen that this is actually less trades than Shorbo actually sees, I think. Just at the eyeball, because normally we're missing out on about 5 days a month. I see more than 5 no trades here. Again, great month. If we were to trade on these days, likely not going to be as good of a monthly return here. We avoided some blowups as well. Not to say we avoided, Ben, there was a 1 or 2 in here that would have won. But again, like, we're playing defense here. This is the stock market. This is automated trading for you while you're busy with your life. So we're going to be on the defense to protect your capital.
Yeah.
Ben, what else do you have on Shorbo?
Overall, Shorbo had a great month, right?
Awesome.
The strategy itself is set up to have about a 70-ish% win rate and crush that win rate this month. Looked really good. Go back to June real quick. I just want to see how it did compare to.
It did lose in June, but it traded a lot.
Traded a lot in June, lost in June. Go back to May just for 1 more month of context.
Okay, you want to go back 1 more?
Yeah, 1 more.
Okay, hey, let's go back 1 more. Okay, this is where it starts getting fun. No, but yeah. So again,
you're going to have losing months, and then you're going to have really good months. I think the important call out here is the difference between this and King Condor is this is a 0 DTE strategy, and we are letting the contracts expire, so you don't really have to worry about day trades, right? It is directional, and there are instances where you get into a King Condor position and a Shorbo position, and you could win on both of them. You could also lose on both of them, but the way that this kind of all shakes out is very low probability that does happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't, because it does and it will happen. But overall, they do a fairly nice job, in my opinion, of counterbalancing each other. And we could see that perfectly in this last month, where King Condor lost about $900, Shorbo made about $700. So overall, small loss on the month between these two. And I like them. I like them in tandem. I've got a Shorbo position on right now that's losing. I did throw a little bit of a hedge on my own.
Now.
Yeah. On my own, just to minimize loss, because we picked up a $1.75 in credit today. So that means my loss would be $3.25. So $320. So I want to minimize that loss as much as I can. We can go over what I did if we're interested. Otherwise, we should keep moving on to BenBot.
Well, I'm interested. I am interested. I want to know about it, but let me make sure I have this mapped out. So we're bearish on it. We have a sold call at 62.40. So that's down here, right? Am I going crazy, Ben? Yeah, no. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're wanting to stay below this price. However, right now, not looking so hot. Although you would have guessed based on the market open that could have been the case. What'd you do, Ben?
So let me let's switch over to my screen here.
And you can be you can be quick with it.
Yeah. So first of all, you see the BenBot trade IWM here, and then here's my closing trade. We're in a winning position right now currently because of the spike up in IWM. So that's sitting pretty. Honestly, we had a rough ending to July, which actually turned July red. So bot might just close everybody out after the show if we're still in a really solid winning position.
Okay.
Take the win. We'll only be giving up like $10, which is fine. So anyways, the Shorbo trade that went on today, again, sold the 62.40 call. We got pretty close to the 62.40 call. I wanted to buy an at-the-money strike, an at-the-money call. So that way, if price does keep going up, I'm going to benefit from it. So SPX options were too expensive at the money. So I went over to SPY and I bought the 623 call. Again, as my hedge, I got in at $1.78, currently at $2.32. So I am seeing a little bit of a profit on that hedge right now. It's about a $50 profit, just under a $50 profit. It's not gonna change the overall losing position. And the only way that I could actually win this position is if SPX does drop down below that sold call at 62.40, right? But this is at least softening the blow a little bit. And we'll see if there's any other way that I want to manage it. I was actually considering potentially forming an iron fly and seeing how much more credit I could pick up if I were to sell this strike, buy this strike, and then fully accept the loss. I could pick up about another $1. So instead of it being a $325 loss, it'd be a $225 loss plus my hedge, where I'm up $50 right now. I could potentially cut down the loss to about $175.
But now some may say that's over trading, some may not. Some may say it's exactly what you need to do.
Here's the thing. I can do all of that right now and accept the loss and move on with my life. Or I can let it play out and hope that we get back below that price level. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm leaning towards throwing this iron fly on at the moment, see if I could get another $1.
So what price action do you want? What kind of movement you want if you're going to put that on?
Doesn't matter after this is done.
Doesn't matter. Okay, gotcha.
Actually, the price action I would want the market to keep going up because I have that open call. So if I decided to put this on and keep that call open, I would want the market to continue to move up.
Makes sense.
But I would probably close the call.
Right. Okay. I was looking at least the technicals on SPX on TradingView, and when you get a day like this. By the way, Ben, we were too busy, I guess, head down in the business, but at least I was. I can't even. What was the big dropout for this morning? Was it tariffs?
Trump bumped tariffs up for, I want to say, India. Maybe it was Canada.
Okay.
Let me look it up.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to, but yeah, just a huge gap overnight, gap down, opened up for the first 15 minutes, lost another, 30, 40 bucks at the open, and then just started to consolidate right around our strike price. And it's been kind of going up and down since then. Technicals on SPX over the next 4 hours are more bearish than bullish. Not to say that means anything. But it's something to consider. Yeah, more tariff stuff.
Yeah, so it was Canada bumped up tariffs from 25 to 35% for Canadian goods. And then there was more that was done, but that was at least the highlight that I saw.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, right now, if you're in a shortboat position, you're about $4 in the money. You're going to see about a debit mids 375 right now. We earned 170, so you're looking at about a $200 loss right now if you were to exit. I'm going to hang in just to see if I'm going to manually intervene. I'm going to maybe see if it'll pull back a little bit closer to our strike before the end of the day, but I am going to be keeping an eye on this for sure. Okay, so that is Shorbo. Again, great month in a losing trade right now, but great July. BenBot, as you already mentioned, Ben, I'll just flash the screen up here for us. BenBot, which was launched 2 weeks ago, I believe, officially, saw its first red month. Okay, this has been trading since March. I'll run you through it from the beginning. Here's March of 2025. This is not back tested. These are live trades by Ben in his account. All right. And now being live traded, copy traded for everybody. So March of 2025, 4.1%. This is based off, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong. This is based off the 25K budget or actual cash used for the trades?
This is actual cash used for the trades.
So even better, more accurate. So this is 4.1% return on, call it roughly between $22,000-$25,000 you're utilizing for these trades. So 4% in March, 3.3% in April. An awesome month in May, 6%, we'll call it. June, 1.5. June was the first month where IWM's price, the return on the stock itself actually beat the return of our strategy. Okay, but still a winning month. And here's July. Tough end to July. Okay, tough day yesterday, huh? That was not fun yesterday. That kind of ruined, that turned, like you said, that turned us from green to red right there on the month.
Oh, yeah, this week has just been a bloodbath.
Bloodbath for sure. So the bot's going to end up losing 300 or lost $300 in July, down 1.3%. We'll live with that. We are very happy with that. Again, this bot's averaging. Well, now we take into consideration July. I bet that 3.5, 3.8% probably moves closer to 3% annual return. I'm sorry, monthly return, 3%, which is a fantastic monthly return on average. Okay. So again, we're building our entire portfolios. I shouldn't say that and speak for anybody other than myself, but I'm building my model portfolio around the BenBot strategy. And then everything else, I'm having a little bit of fun with trading. So again, that's a daily covered call strategy on IWM. Our most consistent bot with the fewest drawdown, the lowest drawdown. Okay. So fantastic strategy there. And those are the three next gen strategies with results that we're able to track. Everybody who's on those trades is taking the same trade with a little bit of an asterisk, right? Fill prices can change slightly in the minutes or seconds in which we're entering the trade for everybody, or placing the order, which is then executed through your broker. So there might be $5 or $10 off if you're looking at those result sheets compared to what's in your account. But so Ben, what's the net? So net percentage wise is a little weird because there's different budgets for each bot, but it's not far from a break-even month. It's not far from a break-even month, but we're close. 953 plus 712 minus 304. So red month in July across the board, at least overall. Anyway, Ben, I'm talking too much. Shut me up. Where are we going?
Hoping for a better August.
Yep. Here's to a good August. So those are results for the current bots. Again, all of our strategies are available. We have additional strategies where you get more involved. Okay. Call it man and machine. And then we have partner strategies that are crushing it. But Ben, what are you pulling up here?
I'm just going to, since we were talking about BenBot, I was going to show the entry for BenBot today and then the closing order, which we're really close to filling at the moment.
For a W or no?
For a dub. Yeah. Starting off August with a dub. Like I mentioned.
So what's our sold?
So we sold the covered call for a total. Well, we bought it because it's an overall debit transaction. We bought it for $212.61. We put the order on to close it at $213.93. Zoom in there, and we're currently trading right around $213.90, and that's real close. So again, maybe we take profit. Call it a win since we're coming off of 4 days of losses. It would feel nice to cap the week off with a win. It's only going to impact bottom line P&L by like $5, depending what price we ultimately get. And I did want to mention that I did throw on the overall hedge. I'm taking the overall loss on Shorebow. So actually this just filled. I filled my the put side of my now Iron Fly at $1. And I did sell out of this call at a pretty good price. I sold out at $2.50. I got in at $1.78. So that's about a $72 gain there.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah, so overall loss on the position is about $150.
All right, all done.
I'll take that over a $325 loss any day.
Yeah, again, right now it's about a $190 loss right now, actually, Ben. I'm seeing debit mid at 370, 380. We filled at 170. So, okay, my math's a little wrong. Yeah, it's about 200 right now. Man, I got my finger on the trigger, but like I don't like it. I really don't like exiting and then it comes back, and either I could have won or
that's my fear as well.
Yeah, but
are we going to come back down?
I got alerts set up. I just set up some alerts in both directions. If we get up to 6,275, if there's anything left to just take, then I'll just call it a partial loss. And then I don't know, the last 30 minutes, the last 15 minutes at least, we're trending back down here. We'll see. But anyway, Ben, anything else for us to cover here? We did launch a new partner, JR28 Trading. It's a fully automated copy trading platform. Just for a little bit of information, you can get on over to jr28.peakbot.com. I'm going to throw this into a banner and get it on screen. So again, that's jr28.peakbot.com. Jovan, he is an incredible trader and has been for over 6 years, getting great results for all of his Discord members and community. We're auto trading his options buying portfolio. We just literally launched this. He's in a couple positions right now, different than what we're used to here at PeakBot. Okay, we're used to selling options, collecting premium here. So we're buying options, all right, paying a premium to do so with longer dated expirations. Okay, expirations might be the end of August, September, January of next year. All right, so it all just depends. But his results speak for himself. From 2020 in 2025, he's taken a $10,000 account and is now over $50,000. So it's a 500% return just in the first 7 months of this year. Okay, those are ridiculous numbers. Past results don't indicate future results, but he's been doing this for quite some time now, and we sent out more information on it to our community. So if you're wanting more information on how you can maybe get on board for somebody who's made you can get on board for somebody who's made 500% in 2025, head on over to jr28.peakbot.com. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email or chat. Ben, I think we're close to it. We're getting closer on simpler trading in our partnership there with Trendy John and that strategy. Any quick updates on that one?
Beta testers are in. We've got over 100 beta testers that have signed up. So really, really great numbers there. They're going to get free access to the bot during beta. And the reason why we bumped it up so high is we wanted to see this scale. And we wanted to see how that impacted the whole infrastructure of the trade. We did identify some areas for improvement. So the bot has been down for the whole beta tester group for the past 2 days. And we are making improvements so that way it's just faster. All the functions are working properly. We just need it to be a little bit faster. So we're making those tweaks, and then things have been going well with that strategy. We've made a good amount of money.
Love to hear that. Yep. So that'll be launching here soon. And Trendy John has been open about it while on his vacation in Italy, on the transit, eating, beautiful food in a beautiful place while his bot's handling all of his trades for him. That paints a very nice picture. So, excellent. And if you're interested in trying this out, again, we've already loaded up beta, but as we scale it, if you're interested, email us trendyfly to experience@peakbot.com. The last one I think worth mentioning is SqueezeBot. With this market until, when did this slide start this week? Last few days. So market was incredible for the SqueezeBot and still is, generally speaking. This is just a couple days of who knows what this could be, but this has been a very hot bot. I think we had another 100% gainer last week on ASTS and Kohl's. There was a couple big ones. So fantastic strategy. Looking for a short squeeze, looking for a big pop in a stock, gets you in at the right time. And then if it pops, the bot's handling the exit. If not, you are then coming in At least this is how we utilize it to the best of our ability. Man and machine. Come in. If the stock pops, great. The bot's going to get you out. If not, go check out how your position is, because often there's a lot of times where you're sitting on a 5%, 7%, 12% return on equity shares that you own, and they can get stale. So get in there, check them out if you're on SqueezeBot. Excellent entry bot, and when a stock pops, you don't want any other strategy on it than that. So, anything else, Ben?
I think we've covered it all.
Awesome. Let's get on out of here. We will be live again on Monday morning with Mark Phillips from Harvested Financial to cover our short strategy in a bit further detail. Again, that bot made over $700 per unit just in July alone. That's a 7% return on the budget there. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to reach out. Unless you're asking why I'm wearing sunglasses on my head inside, I won't answer that question. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. We'll see you at the peak. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.